Then I soften, pause, my eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life, love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise, crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often bears appear quick, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near, stay there. Remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, it is Tuesday, and April, what is it, the 8th? April the 8th. It is Tuesday. Hope everybody's having a great day. What a great, fantastic finish last night to the NCAA men's basketball tournament. March Madness, everything that we thought it was going to be. And unlike the women who UConn just smashed South Carolina twice, almost by the same scores. And it really wasn't a real matchup with those two. But the game last night, I feel sorry for Kelvin Sampson. I really do admire him, and I like Kelvin a whole lot. And I appreciate him because he was one of the first guys when I had my Inside High School Sports show back in the day in the late 90s. He was more than willing to come on my show and help me out when he was the coach at OU for OU men's basketball. I do feel sorry for him because when you look at when you listen to his press conference and him just going over those last two possessions, and what I'm saying is it more about his lack of offense? As I said, that was one of my issues with them. They didn't score the last minute and a half of the game, almost 2 minutes of the game. They did not score. And is that a testament more to his lack of getting guys who can get buckets, or is that more to Florida's ability to lock down on defense? Which is what I was saying about the Thunder. Our ability the last 4 years to lock you down on defense and then finish you off with SGA at the end of games has been the difference. So when I look at last night, it almost is a mirror. Florida's defense was just outstanding. And then once again, one of the things I teach my kids is when you go through traffic, you have to tuck the basketball. And I tell them you have to tuck it. And they did not do that last night. You come through the lane and there's traffic, guys are going to be reaching, and you've got the ball right here. Tuck the damn basketball. All you got to do is tuck it. He slaps you on the arm, you finish it, boom, with the revert, with the left-hand scoop, right hand teardrop off the glass, right hand floater off the glass, or just a regular layup. But you have to get through traffic, and the only way to get through traffic, if you pick the ball up early, you have to tuck it. You can't do all this, have the ball out, slaps the ball away, run off the guy's leg. If he has it tucked like this, you tuck the basketball, it hits his arm, he goes right through, he finishes and puts them up one, or maybe up two for and one. But these are the little things that matter. These are the little things that make all the difference. And I tell my kids all day long, when you come to practice, you have to tuck the basketball. Because guys are going to be slapping at the basketball. And if you have it tucked, you're going to get slapped on the arm, but you're still going to have control of the basketball to be able to finish for an and one, or at least a bucket at the end. And you look at James Harden. James Harden flails and flaws and throws his arms all up hoping to get a foul. And sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But when you tuck the basketball, you're going to either get fouled for an and one, for sure. Or you're going to shoot 2 free throws for sure, or you're going to get an and one. Or at least you're going to be able to get an easy shot at the basket. But when you don't tuck the basketball, it allows them to slap through. So that being said, those are my takeaways. I thought it was a fantastic game all the way through. Michael Clayton Jr., a fantastic player, but once again, I'm leery of guys who only play well in the tournament. Just because you play well in the tournament doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a great NBA player. Somebody compared him to Steph and Dame. Dude, that's a huge step from a guy who's in college. That's a huge step. We knew Steph was going to be great in college. You could just see what he was doing, what he was going to be able to do. Dame, not so much. We didn't notice Dame was going to be Dame until after his second year, first year at Portland, and then his second year, you really were like, oh man, this guy. Because to me, you can come out and you can make a splash. You can look at somebody and go, okay, these guys can be really good. Then year two, they take that extra step, and you're like, oh my God, it's going to be incredible. This guy's going to be really, really good. And that's what you saw in Dame. That's what you see in SGA. That first year when he's playing for Los Angeles, the Clippers, you're like, oh my God, this kid is he's going to be really, really, really good. Comes to Oklahoma City his second year, playing with Chris Paul and Schroeder and Gallinari in that group, and you can see, okay, and Steven Adams, you can say, okay, this kid, man, he's got some talent. He's going to be really good. You can just see it. Then when, maybe the Thunder saw, which is why they could afford to get rid of everybody and just do a total rebuild with him, Dort, K-Rich, Wiggins. So you bring in that whole group. Hey, what's up, man? My guy Burgess right here on our YouTube channel. Afternoon, boss, from the championship state. Mike Malone just got fired. Oh, from Denver? Really? I'm not a fan of his, so I'm not upset about that at all. To fire somebody right before the playoffs, though, I don't know, Burgess. I don't know how good of an idea that is. You know what I'm saying? But congratulations to your Florida Gators, as you picked yesterday, and I thought that they would win. And I said I thought that they would win yesterday on the show. I was hoping that Kelvin Sampson would win because I'm a huge Kelvin fan. So I was hoping that he would win, but I figured that Florida would beat them. So congratulations to Burgess. Congratulations to Florida. I hope it's sunny and beautiful out there, and I hope you get to go play some golf today because I'm ready to go play some golf as soon as it warms up. If it stays warm in Oklahoma, going from 20 degrees to 70 degrees, it's just insane. Snow one day. It's incredible. It's like, what the hell's going on? How the hell is it snowing in April? Anyways, congratulations to your Gators once again. Congratulations to my guy, Dr. Ben. Congratulations to you. And in fact, he was going to try to invite me to the games this weekend, but he's there with his dad. And I know they're fantastic, both of them being Florida Gator fans, Florida Gator alum, and how excited they were to watch them bring the title back to Florida. So congratulations on that. But anyway, great game. Really enjoyed it. Now, Thunder game tonight. Okay. I was hoping AJ Mitchell was going to come back. He's being cleared to play, but they've been holding him back. So I think what this means for me is that he'll probably play tomorrow against the Suns, for sure maybe against the Jazz and Pelicans in the last three of our 3 games that we have. After tonight, of course, we have 4 games left. But he needs to get some sort of playing time to me to be able to do that. And when you talk about, Burgess, by the way, the reason why it's not a big game tonight, no LeBron, no Luka, no Austin Reeves. They're going to sit all 3 of them growing. They're all flying them to Dallas because they play the Mavericks tomorrow. So to them, they made their statement like we talked about yesterday. They made their statement win against the Thunder on Sunday. They don't care about tonight because now all they got to do is win 2 of the next 3 games, and they're automatically in third place. Because here's the deal. Let me pull up the NBA standings. Okay, and Burgess, I don't know if you can see this. You can hear it anyway. This is the NBA standings. The Lakers are in third place. Denver has lost 4 in a row. That's probably why they fired Mike Malone. They've lost 4 in a row. So that's probably why they fired him. Now, what does Denver have left? And this is the crazy part of what each team has left, okay? The Nuggets have Sacramento, Memphis, or at Sacramento, Memphis at home, at Houston. So you look at where the Nuggets are at. The Lakers are Oklahoma City tonight, at Dallas tomorrow night, Houston at home, and at Portland. And all they got to do is win 2 out of the next 4. So they basically have said whatever tonight. So they just said whatever. They don't care about tonight. That's basically what they said. They care more about Dallas, Houston, and Portland. So they feel like they've got to win 2 out of the next 3 against them. Okay, but this is the important part. The Lakers have the tiebreaker against the Nuggets. The Lakers have the tiebreaker against the Clippers. The Lakers have the tiebreaker against the Warriors. The Lakers have the tiebreaker against the T-Wolves. And the Lakers have the tiebreaker against the Grizzlies. So if they all finish the same, the Lakers are automatically put in front of them because they have the automatic tiebreaker over all of these teams. So they're sitting in fantastic position. That's why they don't really care about us tonight. Okay? Because they've already proved their point. Now, if we beat them on Sunday, then it would be a completely different story. There would not be no 3 guys out there, 3 of their starters out with groin injuries. That would not be happening because they'd have to win tonight. And I believe that we're just like us against the Nuggets, just like us against T-Wolves. The chances of them winning those games were grow up exponentially at that point. But then again, for us, the Thunder is a huge game for us. Why? Number one, we still have a 2-game lead. Okay. Number 2, you need to get off of this 2-game losing streak. This is our first 2-game losing streak of the season. And we stunk up against Houston, and we stunk it up against the Lakers on Sunday, 2 games back-to-back. And what did SGA average in both of those games? 21? I think he had 22 and 22 or 24, 26 and 22 or something like that. So he's averaging 24 points in those 2 losses. We're not going, once again, Thunder, we are not going to win with J-Dub scoring 30. You have to figure out how to let SGA get 30 so the rest of the team relaxes. We're not going to win without it. It's just not happening. But anyway, when you look at the Lakers' schedule, and I just went over their schedule, okay? Now, what do the Clippers have left? The Clippers have the Spurs at home, which they should win. They have Houston at home, which Houston's sitting 4 games ahead with 4.5 games ahead with 4 games. What was it? 3.5 games with 4 games to play. And remember, they play the Lakers. One of those games. So Houston is sitting there pretty good at second. I think they're going to be in second. But the Clippers have the Spurs, Houston at home, at Sacramento, and at Golden State. So when you look at the Clippers are sitting pretty good, so they should go, let's say, at worst, 2-2. That puts them at 48 and 34. The Lakers, if they go 2-2, they're 50 and 32. So they're 2-2. They go 2-2. That's where they're at. The Nuggets, however, which is the hard part, 2 out of the next 3. At Sacramento, Memphis at home, at Houston. Just fired their coach. So they've got to win 2 out of 3 themselves just to be able to finish at 49 and 34. 49 and 32. 2 out of 3. So that'd be 49 and 33. That will put them in 4th. The Clippers, they'd have to go 3 out of 4 to put them at 49 and 34. Can they do that? Can they win 3 out of 4 to go 49 and 33? The Warriors, what do they have left? At Phoenix, which they're probably going to win. San Antonio at home, which they're probably going to win. At Portland, which they're probably going to win. And the Clippers at home. So the Warriors are sitting there looking at, okay, if we go 3 out of 4, we're going to be 39, 49, and 33. So Clippers, them, Nuggets will all have the same record. You look at the T-Wolves, at Milwaukee, at Memphis, Brooklyn at home, Utah at home. So you know they're going to go 2-2 at minimum, which will put them at 48. They'll be sitting there in the same spot that they're at. So they have to go 3-1 or 4-0. If they go 3-1, they're 49-33. So the whole next 4 games are going to be just crazy. The end of this week, we're going to know who's going to be what. Where are they going to be? Who is going to be sitting on top? Now I'm talking about on top of that 3rd or 4th through 8th. My guess is it's going to probably end up being the Thunder, the Rockets, the Lakers, the Clippers. I believe is going to move into 4. And depending on who has the tiebreakers between the Warriors and T-Wolves and Clippers will depend on who the five and the Nuggets. I'm sorry, will be the 5s, because I think the Clippers and the Warriors will slide up. Because let me see, the Clippers and Warriors, don't they play each other? Yeah, they're going to play each other. So that's going to be the determination between who's going to beat who in that. And Memphis has Charlotte, which they're going to win. Minnesota at home, at Denver, and at Dallas. So they're going to finish where they're going to finish. I don't think they're going to come out of that juggernaut that they've got. It's crazy. But the Lakers, they're going to give us a win tonight. So they say that's an L. So all they got to do is beat Dallas and Houston and Portland. You probably think Portland is a win. So they've got to beat either Dallas or Houston. And right now, based because they're resting Luka and Alston Reeves and LeBron, they're looking at Dallas as that win, because they're not necessarily looking at Houston as a win. So if they lose tomorrow night to Dallas, and they've lost to us, they turn around, then they have Houston, and they've got to beat Houston. And Houston wants them because they beat Houston in L.A. Oh, they have they have Houston at home. And they've already beaten them at home. And Houston's a better home team than they are road team. So that's what's going to happen. It's going to be ugly. But once again, remember, if the Lakers win 1 and they end up 49-33, they still have the advantage over the Nuggets, the Clippers, the Warriors, the T-Wolves, and the Grizzlies. And that's it. And I just gave you the scenario. Nuggets, if they win 2 out of 3, that's what they've got to do. So can they do that? Clippers, can you win 3 out of 4? Warriors, can you win 3 out of 4? T-Wolves, can you win 3 out of 4? Grizzlies, can you win 3 out of 4? That's what it all comes down to. These last 4 games, who's going to do what? The Lakers have already said we're gonna give in to the Thunder. We believe the Thunder are going to beat us, because they believe the Thunder were going to beat them anyway if they went full strength. I think they believe Thunder would have won. So now you sit there and you look at it this way: how do we put this? And I think that's what they're doing. The Lakers are saying, screw this. We know we've got to win 2 out of the next 3 games. That's what they're saying, because that puts them at 40, 50 wins. If they only win 1, then they're at a tiebreaker. Somebody can maybe get 50. You're going to be in a 3-way race. I mean, the Nuggets could win 3 games, but I don't see the Nuggets doing that. I don't see the Nuggets winning at Sacramento, Memphis at home, and then at the Rockets. I don't see them going 3-0. Okay? But anyway, even if they win, go 2 out of 3, they're still going to be at 49 wins, same as the Lakers. If the Lakers just win 1, Lakers have to still finish in 3rd. So it's going to be a log jam between 3rd and 8th. The only difference is the Lakers are sitting there pretty comfortably with the tiebreaker, so they'll probably finish 3rd. That's the way I'm kind of looking at it. I think they'll probably finish 3rd. So when you look at the playoff bracket currently, Thunder would play the Grizzlies. Burgess, just to be on the safe side, I am hoping the Nuggets and Warriors lose tonight. Yeah. We're going to talk about that just a second, Burgess, who's going to play tonight. But so when you look at well, you know what? Let's do that first, and then we'll come back and we'll do that, and then we'll look at the brackets. When you look at tonight, the Grizzlies have the Hornets, so they should win. Okay. You've got the Celtics and the Knicks game will be a good game, by the way. I'd be looking forward to that. Anyway, you got the T-Wolves at the Bucks. The Bucks need to win. T-Wolves need to win. You got the Warriors and Suns. The Warriors are probably going to beat the Suns. I think the Suns are pretty much, I think they're like, why playing a play-in? We just want to be done. That's what I'm thinking with them. And then you got the Spurs and the Clippers, and the Clips should win that game. Okay? And then when you look at the Nuggets are off tonight. but I do want them to lose as well, especially firing their coach. I'm not a Mike Malone fan anyway. I think what he said last year after the playoffs, drunk. I'm just like, man, I'm over you. Yeah, I lost all respect for him right there. But that being said, the Warriors over the Suns, okay. The Clippers should beat the Spurs. The T-Wolves have to beat the Bucks. They have no choice. The Grizzlies are going to probably beat the Hornets. I mean, let's go ahead and face facts on that, okay? And the Thunder are probably going to beat the Lakers. I don't see us losing 3 games in a row. And I don't see SJ scoring under 30 tonight. I think he's just going to say, screw that, and I'm just going to go bust their ass, which is what he should do. But then again, the Lakers are going to go, okay, so what, you beat us? We beat you 27 with your full staff. So what you going to do? So anyway, that's kind of how I look at it. The Nuggets, I think they're going to be fine. They're still going to be okay, but they still got some deals. But when you look at the games today, the Warriors, they're going to probably win. The Clippers probably going to win. The T-Wolves, that's a whole nother story. So they've got a hard roll to hold, okay? Got a hard roll to hold. And then when you look at going back to the standings after looking at today, the T-Wolves lose. They're going to be at 33, so they're going to be, and the Grizzlies are probably going to win. So that's how you look at the schedule. The Warriors are probably going to win. The Clips probably are going to win. So that's how you're looking at the schedule. Now the T-Wolves are going to drop down to 8th place because of the schedule and the way things are laid out. It's crazy. It really is. It's crazy. But when you look at the playoff bracket, this is why the Lakers want to be in 3rd. They're playing for the long haul. They got what they wanted to do. That first win, come in there, beat the Thunder, rest our players, and then win 2 out of our next 3. That's their plan. That's their straight-up plan, okay? Because they know they'll be locked into the 3rd position. And then all of a sudden, they've got the Warriors, which is not going to be a cakewalk for them, but they can still beat the Warriors. Then you've got the Rockets and the T-Wolves. If they're playing each other, if the Lakers end up playing the T-Wolves, I don't know if they can beat the T-Wolves, but I know it's going to be 7 games. Burgess says Taylor Jenkins will be a good fit in Denver. I like Taylor Jenkins a lot. He's probably glad he's out of Memphis. And all this stuff with Ja, that may be him saying, hey, I want out. So that could be that could be what they're trying to do right there. But I agree with you. I think Taylor Jenkins would be a great fit in Denver. Then you look at us, the Grizzlies, they don't match up with us at all. So we should beat the Grizzlies pretty easily. That would be my thought process on that. I just don't think they can do anything with us. Then the Nuggets and the Clippers, we can beat either one of those teams. And I don't think the Nuggets are going to finish 4th because I just don't see them. I think them and the Warriors are going to flip-flop. I think it's probably going to be Thunder, Rockets, Lakers, Warriors, T-Wolves. That's what I think. I think the T-Wolves will probably be in 5 or 6. That's kind of what I'm looking at. And the Nuggets are probably going to be in 6th. That's kind of how I look at it. I think this is going to completely change. I think the Nuggets are going to drop. I think the Warriors and the Clippers have a chance to get up. Denver will be most likely drop. Hey, Rashawn, what's up, big dog? I agree. So Denver's probably going to be, I agree with them. Denver's going to probably be the drop simply because you got rid of your coach so late. And it had to be an ugly discussion between him and the GM or him and the owners. It had to be because the Crunkies own that along with the Rams. So I think that they probably, had enough. And they also own, I think they own the Avalanche too. I think they own the Denver Avalanche too. Yep, 6 sounds right. So I think that's kind of the way I see everything laying out. But in that case, okay, so we probably still face the Grizzlies in 8. Okay. I think the T-Wolves, if they're in 6th, and then they have the Clippers and the Warriors and the Lakers go at it in the 4 or 5. What would be the Lakers? Lakers would be 3. So they'd have the Clippers the Nuggets, and that'd be the 6th place. So that's going to be a knockdown, drag out for them. Even though they have the percentage over them, that would be a crazy, crazy scenario between that group. And I, guys, for you those that aren't watching the show right now on YouTube and can't really see it, maybe you're on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, like I said, you have to go to YouTube Search the Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark. And then you can kind of comment, come in and do the stream with my other two guys or do the chat. And you can see it. So, because if you're on Facebook and you're trying to text message me, I won't really see you until afterwards. I'll notice that you did something afterwards, but I can't see you while we're doing it, okay? I won't be able to do it. So, let me see, where is it at? Let me see. In fact, guys, I'm going to try to do this. Let me see. In fact, guys, I'm going to try. Why am I, Crew Jones says, why am I so angry? Whatever, man. I'm just being serious, bro. This is a serious thing here, Crew. Anyway, so this is kind of how I look at it and how it's broken down. And it's gonna be great, I think. Okay. I think the East to me is gonna end up being the Cavs and the Celtics. Whatever they're doing over there don't really matter to me. Okay. But I think it's going to be very interesting in how everything's laid out. Okay. The way that the West is right now, how tight everything is in the West, especially 4 through 8, 3 through 8, and how they're all going for that. But like I said, the Lakers have the tiebreaker over the Grizzlies, over the T-Wolves, over the Clippers, over the Lakers, over the Warriors, and over the Nuggets. So they have the tiebreaker over all of them. So I think the Lakers, with their plan, doing what they need to do. Let's go to Oklahoma City and get one. They were saying, let's win this first game. That way we can rest in the second game and not have to be playing Dallas on a back-to-back. That's what they did. So they came in on a mission. They came in there looking for it, and you could just tell. We did not match their intensity. They looked at it as a playoff matchup. We looked at it as another game, which is that's how our coaching staff is. He looked at it like, dude, and I like Kenrich Williams. He shouldn't have played. By playing him, the Lakers knew, okay, we know what this guy is going to do. We know how they're going to play. We know how they're going to approach things. So what they basically did said, bam, we're going to come out and we're not going to have that mentality. We're coming out to win this first game. That's the mentality we had early in the year against Denver and early in the year against the T-Wolves. On the back-to-back games, we're going to come win this first one. And that's what they did to us. We're going to come win this first one. Second one don't matter because they had a back-to-back. They're playing, beat Oklahoma City on Sunday, rest everybody on Tuesday, come back and beat the Mavs on Wednesday. And then they're going to probably beat Portland at the end. But that was their plan. And it worked out perfectly because now they just got to win 2 out of 3. And they can do that based on what their schedule is. But they still got to play Houston, which they already beat Houston at home. And Houston does not, what do they really have to play for? Not a whole lot. They really don't. So, but my issue is this. We're going to have, 12 days off or something like that. I think SGA needs every bit of that to get the rest, to get his body back. I know Chet does because Chet's probably, that hip thing, he came back from it. But, hey, 10 days rest is not going to hurt him. It's not. So that's kind of how I look at it and how we should be and how we should lay everything out. So we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and then talk to my guys some more over here. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, SRB. If you have needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, hit our guys up over at SRB. They love to take care of you and do anything that you need as far as planning, as far as you're building a complex. Or if you have a water treatment plant in your city or county, hit those guys up. Because as we always say, who the hell does not like clean drinking water? Oak Grove Trucking and my guy Jose Fierro. If you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my guy up. He will take care of you. And I think they're getting ready to try to add another truck. I know he's been in the process of looking for one. And then, of course, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. The equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or go to one of their 5 locations, the main bank at 401M, 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 at 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YMB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, and I-40 just south of I-40, right in front of the hospital. Cannot miss it. And then, of course, YMB People is located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And then, of course, the House of Creed, handcrafted since 1760. Some good smelling stuff, guys. Really, really good smelling. If you have a girlfriend, significant other, hey, go into the shop and at Penn Square Mall, and I can promise you they have some perfume that's some good smelling stuff. They really do have good smelling perfume. Or if you're a woman or if you're a man and you like good smelling stuff, I love a good smelling cologne. Go into the Penn Square Mall, see my girl Beth, and they will hook you up at the Penn Square Mall location. And then, of course, they've always told me, Matt, remember, pick the best for your best. And that's facts. That's facts. Woodland Hills Mall in Tulsa, Town East Mall in Wichita, Oak Park Mall in Kansas City, Missouri, Park Plaza Mall in Little Rock, South Plains Mall in Lubbock, and, of course, Westgate Mall in Amarillo, Texas. I still need to go to Amarillo one day. I need to just make a road trip to go to Amarillo because I haven't eaten that steak place. I want to see if I can eat all that whole steak. That's just stupid, isn't it? Why even try to do yourself like that? If I starved all day, I wonder if I could eat all that. Plus no. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just not do that. I mean, why even go through that? Roshan says, by the way, it says, just a suggestion, change the name video of the episode's example. After the storm, OKC Thunder to Thunder post-game talk, Lakers versus Thunder. 4A. Hey, okay. That's a good idea. Let me write that down, Rashawn. Let me see. Thunder post-game. Post-game talk. Lakers Thunder. Okay. I'll do that after every game, then I'll change the title from After the Storm OKC Thunder. Yeah, that's a great idea, bro. I'll do that. I'll change the title to that. That'll help. I'll do that because that might help. Because, I mean, the whole thing is, we remember, guys, I mean, you guys remember we played the Knicks. We still have those guys as followers on our channel, on my After the Storm channel, that are Knicks fans, Cavaliers fans. And then I think it was one other team we played. I forget who it was. But anyway, they were fans for the opposing team that came on our show and gave us props about this. So that's a great idea. Thank you, Rashawn. I'll try to do that. Anyway, what I'm trying to say for the Thunder is this. We have a great opportunity to really establish ourselves. And remember, every team has about a 5-year window. And we are in year 2 of that 5-year window. I say kind of year 1 because it's the first year with iHeart and Caruso. But in reality, it's the second year in a row that we're the number 1 seed in the West. So that's a good thing right there, okay? That's a good thing right there because of the simple fact that the way that we lay it out, the way that our opportunity is to do something. Burgess says, and always label the post per the team Thunder are playing. Well, I always do, but it doesn't really say that. You're right. My bad, guys. I think I do that in the title, that who we're playing, like Thunder versus whomever. But yeah, you're right. I'll do that. Anyway, the Thunder are in our second year of this window. Now, the West is going to be way harder to get out of this year than I think it was last year, because you have so many teams that have made trades and so many teams are doing things. That's the kind of way I look at it. But that being said, we are much better defensively than everybody else. And I think we have more scoring options. This is our second year, so I don't see J-Dub. He's going to have a bad game. I mean, let's face it, that's going to happen, okay? Kaysen's going to have a bad game. Chet's going to have a bad game. Those guys are going to have bad games. But the difference is that last year, when we lost to the Mavericks, they had 4 to 5 bad games instead of 1 or 2. So to me, that's going to be the huge difference in this year, last year versus this year. SGA is going to do what SGA does. He's going to score. He's going to get to the bucket. He's going to do that. And how many games you think he's going to go shooting no free throws? Against the Lakers, he shot 0 free throws. J-Dub went 6 for 7. He shot 0 free throws. 0 free throws. And here is the, let me see here. Let me pull this up for you guys so you see what I'm saying. SGA, 0 free throws. 12 for 23, above 50%. 2 for 5 from 3, 0 free throws. Excuse me, J-Dub went 7 for 8. 0 free throws. Lou Dort, 0 free throws. Ihart, 0 free throws. Chet, 0 free throws. So the only person out of starting 5 that shot any free throws was J-Dub. We shot 12 free throws for the game against the Lakers who can't play defense. 12 free throws. 12. And a lot of that was SGA settling for jump shots more than it was going to the basket. You look at SGA, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. J-Dub, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 16 points. And you look at this. Chet, -5. J-Dub, -11. Ihart, -12. SGA, -20. Lou Dort, -16. K. Rich, -8. Caruso, -11. Isaiah Joe, -11. Wiggins, -17. Kaysen, -23. We didn't have one guy with a plus for the game. Not one. Plus, we didn't score over 100 points. Remember, we averaged, 130 points since the All-Star break? Always. I mean, I'm just like, that game was more about, and when you look at this stuff, you can see it. SGA 30 minutes, J-Dub 28 minutes. Once again, playing him 2 minutes behind him. It's the minutes manager at full effect, and they took full advantage of him. They took full advantage of him. They just did. And I'm just warning people, this is what's going to happen. People understand what he does, and they take advantage of him. Because he is the type of person that he is, which is a compliment to him being able to develop players and to be able to do out-of-bounds plays. But also, the detriment is he's a minutes manager, which means he doesn't understand the floor of the game, and he doesn't play the right lineups. Because we all know the best lineup, always, SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, Chet, or Ihart, whichever one is going to play. And when either one of them was out, Jay Will, or if you want to go small, K. Rich. But those 4, SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, those 4 is your deal. And now he plays J-Dub with those 4, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, Chet. He puts J-Dub with those. J-Dub ain't Chet. Once again, the minutes manager being developing him in a coach while we're trying in the midst of a 5-year window, and people get mad at me all the time about this, saying I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm just trying to explain to you what's happening. I'm trying to give you insight what's happening, but you're so rigid in where you're at, you're not paying attention. Oh, well, look at our record. Okay, what does that mean? Well, how is that going to help you in the playoffs? How is that going to help you get a ring? Playoffs are different. And like I said, here's the difference. The Thunder, people who will play us understand. The Mavericks get it. The Warriors get it. The Lakers now get it. If you're going to beat us, you take advantage of what he does. This is why you beat us. Because he's strict in how he does things. He just is. He's rigid in how he does it. And then you look at this. And remember before J-Dub, and I'm going to point this out, guys. Remember before J-Dub, where were we? Okay, where were we? Before J-Dub, remember what we were? Here's our team stats. Remember when J-Dub went out, and while he was gone, we were the number 1 second quarter scoring team in the league. We're number one. Number one scoring team in the league. Second quarter points. We're now second. Now J-Dub is back. Why is that? These are little things that don't matter. Now, what's winning games for us, fourth quarter, we're still ranked in the top 5. We're third as far as giving up points in the fourth quarter, which didn't matter against the Lakers the other night because they had already kicked our ass, so it really didn't matter. But, guys, it's the little things that I'm trying to explain to you that matter. By him doing that with J-Dub, by hiding J-Dub, which is what he's trying to do with that group, he's not SGA. And we've talked about this. And Chuck Davis made this point the other night when we were at the game at halftime. He was like, hey, guys, here's really simple, okay? He goes, you started J-Dub, Kaysen, Caruso, Wallace, Wiggins, and Chet, which is SGA's group that you roll with. Remember we were losing against Houston, and he put J-Dub in there and messed up? What did he do? He went to that lineup to try to sacrifice it with putting SGA in there with that group. They get it. Now we're number 2, guys. Remember, we went from being number 3 or 4 to number 1 in the 6 games J-Dub was out. 5 games, 6 games J-Dub was out. And now, within him being back, we've dropped from number 1 to number 2. And all I'm trying to explain to y'all is this is what's happening. And then when you look at you look at our stats overall as a team, we're still the best team in the league defensively. But now we're giving up the second most points instead of first. 3-point percentage, we're now second instead of first. Free throw percentage, we're still number 1. Points in the paint, we're still number 1 as far as giving up points to the opposing team. Steals, we're still number 1 at 10.4, and we had 9 against the Lakers, I believe. Turnovers, still first in turnovers, 11.6, as far as the turnovers we commit. We're still first in turning the opposing teams over, 16.9. But the telling stat is, second quarter, we went on that run, we were number 1. Now we're number 2. And this coach can lug J-Dub all you want to, and he can lug, that's his guy, and I get all that. But, bro, you need to stop. That lineup with Chet and Ihart was working now. Could it work against the Lakers? Not when they don't have 2 bigs, no. And I agree with that. You got to play the lineups based on who you're playing. But several things. One, we clearly weren't ready to match their intensity, number 1. Number 2, we were not ready to have the same outlook for the game that they had. And by that I mean they had a plan. We're going to win this first game. We're going to rest the guys on Tuesday so we can play the Mavs and beat the Mavs on Wednesday. That was their plan. They came in, hit us in the mouth, like I said yesterday, hit us with a left, hit us with a right, uppercut, we were out. They shot 77% from 3 in the first quarter. 71% as a team, and we were only down 10. We were only down 10, and that's what they did. Now, if that's what they have to do to beat us, which they're not beating. Like I said, nobody is going to do that to beat us. Denver's not going to shoot 60% to beat us for it. They're not doing that. Lakers aren't shooting like that 4 times. That's not happening. Okay? But can they get us once or twice? Yes, 100%. Are they going to get us 4 times? No. The only way we lose deals is because our coach does the minutes managing thing with SGA and J-Dub. Number 2, he doesn't play the correct lineups. And number 3, the most important things, he doesn't understand the flow of the game. And by the flow of the game, I mean really, really simple. You see something happening. You go and you make immediate change, but you make the right change as far as lineups to change the flow of what's happening. He doesn't do that because he's managing J-Dub and he's managing SGA's minutes. And what I've said is, take J-Dub out the 5-minute mark. You put in SGA, Kaysen, Caruso, Wiggins, or you can even put in leave Dort in there with Chet or iHeart. Preferably Chet. For those 4 or 5 minutes, bring iHeart back in with 2 minutes to go, 1 minute to go, bring Chet out. Boom. City. Second quarter. J-Dub, Joe, Caruso, Wiggins, and Chet. You can do that. Okay? He's got to change because they know what he's doing. They see what he's doing. They were more prepared for what they had a plan on what they wanted to do these last 4 games. We did not match their intensity, nor did we have the correct plan for them. We were not ready. That's players, that's coaches. That's everybody. You get your ass kicked, it ain't the coach. It ain't SGA. It ain't J-Dub. It ain't Chet. It's everybody. You get your ass kicked by 27. It ain't one guy. I'm not blaming the coach. That's stupid. Did the coaching staff not have the correct plan for them? Yes. Did they not have us ready to play and have matched their intensity? Yes. As a player, did you not match their intensity? 100%. Who missed the fact of how the Lakers were trying to play this? And as I've said, I'm okay with losing. I just didn't want to get your ass beat. But I'm okay with the Lakers beating us twice, okay? I want them to finish second or third. I've been pretty clear about that. I want them in third place. I don't want to see them until the finals. I've said that. But now they've made it easier because if we beat them tonight, okay, because they have a plan on who they have left to play. So they're going to come out and they're going to try to accomplish their plan by winning 2 games. Rashawn, the Lakers are in playoff mode. 100% they are. But our coaching staff is not. Mark Daigneault is, we do 1 game at a time. That's all we're thinking about. Okay, well, that's cool. Who the hell is thinking about what are the ramifications of winning and losing? Who's thinking that? And to me, like I said, I'm not mad. I mean, I was pretty pissed off the other day because we got our ass kicked. Not that we lost, because like I said, I said this on the show that Friday, that if we lose to them twice, okay, I want them to finish third. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with they have the tiebreaker against the Clippers, the Nuggets, the T-Wolves, the Warriors, and the Clippers. I'm okay with all of them having who is it? It's Clippers, Warriors, Nuggets, T-Wolves, and who was the other one? Who am I missing? I guess those are 4 teams, counting Lakers is 5. So I'm okay with them having the tiebreaker over all those teams. Okay? 100% I'm okay with that. Because that puts them in third. And like I said, let me pull up this again so you guys can see what I'm talking about, why I'm okay with it. As I pull this up, I'm okay with them because look what they have. Like, I believe that they're going to play I believe that the Nuggets are going to fall to 6. That's just me. So I think the Lakers got to play the Warriors. Got to play the Nuggets. I think that's where they're going to fall. Then I think the Rockets will probably play the Clippers, because the Clippers schedule is pretty tough. Let me see, who the Clippers have? I just had that up here just a second ago. The Clippers have the Rockets and Golden State. So I think the Golden State Warriors will finish up there. So I see them being up there. So I'm thinking Clippers are going to probably drop because it's such a tight race. So I think the Rockets and Clippers will play each other. I got the Lakers playing against the Nuggets, and then I've got the Clippers and Warriors going at it. Excuse me. Yeah, that'd be right. No. Nuggets would be 6. Warriors move up to 5th. So I'd have the T-Wolves and Warriors going at it. And then I'd have I don't want that. I want the Warriors in 7th. I want the T-Wolves in 6th. Because I want the Lakers and the T-Wolves to go at it. I like the Rockets and the Warriors. Let me see who the Warriors have left. The Warriors have Phoenix. They're going to win. San Antonio probably win. Portland. They're going to go 3-1. So they're going to go 3-1. So the Warriors will be 49-33. So it depends on the tiebreaker, and I don't know what the tiebreaker is on that. I need to go back and I'll have better information on that tomorrow on what the tiebreaking scenarios are between those teams. But anyway, that's how it looks, guys. And I'm okay, like I said. Now I want us to win because losing 3 games in a row is not a good thing. I wasn't planning on us losing. Let me see. Warriors 4, Wolves 5 would be bad for the Thunder. Yes. I don't want the Wolves being. I want the Wolves being 6 or 7. Okay, I wouldn't mind that. Okay, but the Wolves, Rashawn, they have. Let me see, what do they have left? The Wolves have. The Wolves have Milwaukee tonight. Then they've got at Memphis, Brooklyn, which they'll get in Utah. So they're going to go 2-2. So they'll be 48. The minimum they'll be is 48-34, but they'll probably go 3-1. So they'll be 49-33. So they're going to move up there. And I'm agreeing with you. I don't want to see. I'd rather see the Warriors than the T-Wolves. I just would. I even though the Warriors have beat us, I don't see them doing what they did to beat us 4 times. If that makes sense. I don't see really anybody beating us 4 times, playing the way the teams have had to play to beat us once. Like the Lakers. I don't see them doing what they did against us 4 times. You know what I'm saying? I see them doing it a couple times, 100%. I don't see them doing it 4 times. I don't see the T-Wolves coming back and doing what they did. I don't see that happening either. But I just don't want to see the Warriors or the T-Wolves in the first round. Second round, third round, yeah. I want to see the Lakers for sure in the third round in the conference finals. And if I had my rathers, I'd want to see either the T-Wolves in the fourth round or the third round playing in the conference finals. I'd rather have the Lakers, the T-Wolves, and Golden State if I had my career in the finals. But if I've got to see them in the mid, okay, I'm okay with that. I really am. I really am okay with that. So, anyway, guys, hey, thank you guys for the advice. Rashawn and Burgess, thank you guys for that. I appreciate you guys. And everybody else, hey, go out and have a fantastic day. Enjoy yourself. I got to go beat up these kids here in a little bit. Go get me something to eat. And I will see you guys tonight or talk to you guys tonight after the